Man, if today is not a day you can't get hyped and you love loot and shooters, I don't know what's wrong with you guys, because we get a full release of the Borderlands 3 official trailer, and I'm going to give you guys a complete breakdown talking about all the new vault hunters, the new enemies, the classes, the skills, and a complete breakdown of what we saw in the trailer. So let's go ahead, dive right in, and break this video down. Alright, so one of the first things we're going to notice out of the trailer, of course, is the bandit mask, which is one of the iconic things about Borderlands 3. But another thing that we notice really straight off the bat is we get hit, boom, bada bing, with knowing who our enemy and who we're going to be fighting. So we're going to be fighting the Calypso twins. There's going to be a set of 2 twins. And what makes this image really interesting and draws our attention is the fact that we get the information on their names and who they are. So, for example, we know that the male character is called Troy, and we know that the female character is called Tyrene. On top of this, we know that both of them will possess siren powers, which is kind of interesting because when Borderlands, we kind of knew that the only way you were able to get siren powers was if you were a female character, but it makes it very interesting to note that there's a male character who also has the siren powers and a female character. We don't know if they share their power together since they're twins. Does she give him power so he could have relinquished? Another thing that we're also able to notice from later on throughout the trailer is the color of each different siren power. So we notice that on her, it has that purplish themed looking feel to it, and on him, it has that reddish tone feel to him. Now, there's a big rumor that these 2 twins are ex-Atlas employees, so that makes it a very interesting concept, and we're kind of able to pick that off this image as well. Now, one interesting to note is that we also know that they are also in charge of a cult, and we're able to pick this off of the image as well. As you notice, the insignia on top of their heads or on their foreheads, and we pan to the sign on the right, we know that they are part of a cult called the Children of the Vault. On top of this, guys, we also know, based on this logo right here, is that they will have their own weapon brand, which makes it quite interesting and quite amazing to see how much detail has been put into this enemy and foes that we're going to be facing. So you 2 twins are going to go down eventually. Trust me when I say this. As we continue throughout the trailer, guys, we get introduced into 4 brand new vault hunters, and they are different classes. We have an operative class, we have a siren class, we have a beastmaster class, and we have a soldier class. Now, each of these characters have their own unique abilities, and we're going to break down each individual one of them. So we're going to start off with the first class, which is the Siren class, and this character is called Amara. Now, she comes with the following abilities. She has a melee's focus ability. She's a very strong and potent character that's able to produce siren powers. She also has a face lock that's able to hold up to 3 enemies that we'll be able to see later throughout the trailer. She also comes with a ground pound ability that we will also see throughout the trailer as well. And she also has a self-projection ability that's able to fire on enemies. So she seems like a very strong and well-oriented character. Next up, we take a look at Sane, which is the operative character, and he has a very similar ability like Zero from Borderlands 2. He also has a decoy that's able to draw aggro. If you notice right there on the left-hand side, he has his decoy character right there. He's also said to be very wealthy, and this is where he gets all the gadgets that he's able to have as part of his action skills. He's going to be basically your mostly stealth assassin type character if you're looking for that type of playstyle. The next character we got on the list is the Beastmaster, and one of the most interesting characters out of all of them, and one that I definitely am kind of undecided if I'm going to play as him or if I'm going to play as someone else. But he has a option that he's able to select a total of 3 different pets. And kind of in the image, we get an idea of all these 3 pets. I don't know if these are all going to be the 3 pets that he's going to be able to use, but some of them look really interesting. Now, one of the neat features is that each pet will have its own ability, so you'll be able to decide which ability you want to go with. On top of that, all the pets will have healing abilities to allow you to regen your health. And he also seems to be wielding a melee weapon. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how he fares. Well, he pretty much was a homeless android that was roaming the streets and became a vault hunter. And last but not least, the last vault hunter that we have is a soldier known as Mose. I believe I said that name correctly. And what she has is she is a tech-focused character. She'll be able to summon and call in a robot, very similar to kind of calling a mech in Titanfall. And throughout the rest of the video, we'll be able to see how this mech gets called in and how you get placed within the mech. But what makes this mech really interesting is that you could call in the mech and someone that's in your team will be able to ride that mech and use the mech and also be able to man the turrets. So it's going to be really interesting that you could call in the mech, you could either ride the mech or have someone on your team also ride it. She will also have a very extensive skill tree that's going to be co-op focused, so she is definitely a very interesting character and one that I'm really interested in playing out. As we continue throughout the trailer, we see our characters or our Vault Hunters jumping around. We also see, Siren using her ground pound ability. We get a look at a couple of vehicles, a nice option of them opening up a vault key and them going into a battle area, and then we get a couple of more cars. Then the trailer takes us into a section where we get a bunch of flashing images. The only really ones that kind of I wanted to draw your attention to is our first glimpse at a look at one of the pets for Flak. We also get a look at one of the cool vehicles, which is called the Hot Wheel. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going with. It's going to be called the Hot Wheel. So that's what I'm going with, that one. And we get a bunch of images flashing fast. We also get Siren, who comes out with a really awesome weapon. And I'll have a separate video going over all the weapons that we could expect in Borderlands 3. So if that's something you guys are definitely interested in, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We'll have a lot of Borderlands content. Now, one thing we did see throughout the trailer, we did see a lot of characters from the previous Borderlands series. We got a look at Lilith, Maya, Brick, Mordecai, and Zero. We also get a look at Tiny, Tina, Marcus, Ellie, and Sir Hammerlock. So, and of course, our personal favorite, Claptrap, and all our favorite Borderlands characters. One thing to note as well is Moxie is back and has a very, very cool looking bar. So that's one thing to note that we get throughout the trailer as well. Now, one thing I did notice in the trailer, while most of the trailer happens in Pandora, we do see that this time around we'll be venturing into a bigger city, giving us a bigger venture to visit a corporate looking metropolis, which looks like it's part of the Alice Corporation. On top of that, we also get a glimpse of the enemies we'll be fighting. We'll be fighting robots, dinosaurs, all sorts of different sorts of elements and enemies. We also get a look at kind of like a boss area where we see like a saw type of thing rolling out and us trying to dodge it. So a lot of fun and a lot of adventure. But of course, one thing that predominates throughout the trailer are the twins, and we will need to confront them eventually. Now, no Borderlands game would be complete without the addition of amazing loot and amazing guns. We get over 1 million weapons, guys, to choose from. Of course, all of these weapons will come with different elements. We will have a complete, when I say complete, I mean complete breakdown of every different weapon to use in the game. And of course, we will have you guys completely covered with everything that has to do with the world of Borderlands. I was extremely excited to see this trailer. Now, we are going to be getting a little bit more information in regards to Borderlands 3, not only later on today throughout the day, but we also will be getting more information on April the 3rd, and we will have you guys completely covered with everything that's dropping and everything that's happening in the world of Borderlands 3. Now, if you guys caught something in the trailer that I missed, make sure you guys let me know in the comments section down below. Also, let me know if you guys are excited for Borderlands 3, and if you are, what is your favorite Borderlands? I know we don't have that many to pick from. We only have 1 and 2, but what would be your favorite one to pick from? Please let me know in the comments section down below. If you guys have any Borderlands questions or any questions in general, just make sure you guys hit me up on any of my social medias. The links are down below. I'll try to answer your question as promptly as I can. Also, don't forget, guys, if you want to spend some relax and chill time, hit me up on Twitch. I stream almost every single day. The link is also down below. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and make sure you guys want to stay on top of Borderlands. Keep it locked on this channel, and don't forget WGATAP, and I will catch you guys on the next video.